Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whatever time of the day you're listening to this podcast, as always, I appreciate you tuning in and coming back week after week, listening to me rant on and on and on and on as much as I like. And I really appreciate you listening to it, and the fact that you find this innovative, interesting, outstanding. More describing words, insert any of those. But thank you very much for tuning in again for another episode. What we will be talking about today is the latest in the What If season finale. We're going to be talking about The Boys. I finally smashed out the first 2 seasons. As well as we're going to be talking about the recently announced Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition trilogy that is coming out this year. First things first, let's do the news first. This is always my fun little task. So I didn't realize actually how close it was, but we're actually very close to the DC fandom, which is ramping up their advertisement, their social media, everything to get you hyped for this, because that's coming out on, the event starts, if you will, on the 16th of this month of October. And obviously we're going to get new footage of The Flash, which is just finished filming, a new trailer for the Batman, hopefully some footage of Black Adam with The Rock, who just released, as I'm recording this, his first rap song. It's not bad, not what I was expecting. I'm not a really big rap guy, but that's good for The Rock. He always does a good singing or a good singing sesh, as you know from the Pixar film Moana, I think it is. He's in that and he sings a lot in it. But yeah, he dropped his new rap song, and yeah, so good on The Rock. Sorry, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But yeah, so we're going to get footage of that. New trailers coming out. It's going to be really a lot of fun. I can't wait when it drops. Not to mention, we're going to be reviewing that as each section comes up and gets announced. I will be sharing this a lot on my Instagram, my Facebook, so to keep you guys up to date and make sure you don't miss a beat. But yeah, so October 16th, get ready guys, set your dials. This is going to be really good, and I have no doubt that Mark is going to be chopping at the bit when all this gets announced. Hey, I'm excited, but Mark's the real DC man. He's going to be loving all this. For me, I just want to see the Flash trailer. I just want to see Michael Keaton back in the Batsuit and see that. I don't really give a shit about Ben Affleck being in the movie. Michael Keaton for me is like, yeah, that's why I want to go see the Flash. Like, I don't even care about Ezra Miller, who's playing the Flash. Like, move aside. You've got Michael Keaton. I need to know. I need to see footage. I need to see him. Which, funny enough, Michael Keaton did say in a recent interview that his Batsuit fit like a glove. Like a glove. And it went straight on, and he had no issues. So that's good to know. Glad he's still in the shape, ready to be the Bat. So I can't wait to see that trailer, and I really can't wait to see the trailer for Black Adam. I'm really pumped with that, especially if you look on The Rock's Instagram page, and he shows you set photos. There's so many questions, and you're just like, what is going on? I need to know. And of course, with the Batman trailer, I am all up for, and it doesn't really matter. I'll be watching that straight away and seeing what that's all about, and still going, no, I'm really not ready for this. Oh, I don't know. I'm still unsure. I'm still unsure of it now, of Robert Pattinson playing Batman. And I probably won't be convinced until the movie comes out, and I'll give you my nice, lovely, unbiased candid review. which I'm sure you'll be looking forward to. But yeah, that's coming out really close. Yeah, as I said, didn't realize how close we were to that. Also, the fact that what also came out this past week is we got a new trailer for the Dragon Ball Super movie coming out next year, which is set after the Tournament of Power, but 10 years after Super Buu and still before the end of the last episode of Dragon Ball Z. Fits in there a little nice. They're really milking that section right there. But yeah, so that trailer dropped. That looks pretty cool. Different kind of animation, but I'm still going to see it. I'm still all in. So that's going to be coming out. And the funny thing, this is actually one is actually saying that it's Dragon Ball Super. It's not saying Dragon Ball Z, which the Dragon Ball Super, Broly movie was fantastic. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, go watch that. The animation in the fight scenes is on point. I saw that in the cinemas, and there's nothing like seeing that at a big screen with everything going on. It was worth every single penny to go see that. But yeah, so we got a trailer for that. So I've shared that on my Facebook page. Majority of all these things I've talking here, guys. If you are interested, you want to see the links, Instagram, Facebook, I'm sharing. I want to share the love. I want to share all of this. But yeah, so that was really cool. That was out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, so no official date. All I've got here is, all we have so far is 2022 is coming out. So next year. What also got announced is Agatha Harkness from the WandaVision. She's getting her own spin-off show. Yep, that's correct. She's getting her own spin-off show on Disney+. No news on what that will entail. It's just been announced, so don't know what they're going to do, whether it's going to be a sequel, prequel, or how that's going to fit in, who's going to pop in, pop out. Is this actually leading to something else, or something else in the mainstream MCU films? That's the biggest question. Which apparently, including this show, in a recent interview with Marvel, is apparently they have, including the movies that got announced, 32 projects are currently in development. So, anything and everything. We definitely know Deadpool's one of them, which I really want to know what that Deadpool's going to be. But yeah, apparently they've got like 32 projects in production, and what that is, what it's going to be, is anyone's guess. Obviously, besides the main things that have been announced at the moment, but what about everything else? Like, what's yet to come? That's the biggest question. But yeah, Agatha Harkness' character was fantastic in WandaVision, and I'm all pumped for next season. Like, I'll watch it. I'll be there as soon as it drops on Disney+, 110%. But yeah, that was the latest news for in this past week. And what we got this week, of course, is the What If season finale. And I must say, what a journey this has been. Like, these past 10 weeks. That sounds scary as all hell saying that. Past 10 weeks. Holy crap. But yeah, look, the final of What If came out with the title, What If the Witch Watcher Broke His One Rule? Which indeed he did. He assembled the Guardians of the Multiverse, which I said was going to be something like that. The Avengers of the Multiverse, or the Guardians, Revengers of the Multiverse. So it was something like that. So I was really happy when he dropped that and said, you're the Guardians of the Multiverse. Also, because I keep forgetting, can't help myself. Spoil it. Spoil all together. Doesn't matter. If you come on here and if you get spoiled, not my fault. You should expect it by now. There's a giant spoil in every single episode. Especially the fact that when these episodes come out, these have already been like 2 days or a day already out. Like, come on, guys, catch up. I loved the final. I thought it was good. There wasn't anything too bad. I wasn't like, Visually, the fights was very good. The power-ups, the suits, some of the scenes were nice. I was all up for that. Doctor Strange, OP. Literally OP. He is the MVP of the entire team. So obviously what we got was the fact that the Watcher grabbed every character that we've seen so far from the series, put them into a team, and helped them defeat Ultron. And in the end, of course, they did, spoiler alert, and set the multiverse right. In between that, the little tidbits back and forth. So the visuals I loved. It was really, it was good. I thought it was a good way to end. I'm really pumped for season 2. I can't wait for season 2 and what is got missed. See, what probably my gripe or my thing I was a little bit disappointed was the fact that when this got, obviously every episode has had a poster of what it's going to be about. Obviously, Killmonger, the Avengers, Captain Carter, all of them. And we got, the poster was Gamora with, the Thanos armor. So I was like, oh, cool. So what's this going to be entail? However, the Watcher really just picks up Gamora straight from Neville Delia. Oh, I think I said that right. Yeah. Where she's melting down. She's with Iron Man in a Hulkbuster suit that looks like it's from Sakaar. And they're melting down the Infinity Gauntlet. And the Watcher says that they've beat Thanos. And he just picks her up and drops her right into the team. However, I'm like, well, what? How did they get here? Why is she wearing a suit? Why is she got the blade? Why is Iron Man there with, what? Like, how can you... That was probably my thing. I was like, I want to know more of this. Like, why was this show, so quick? Which apparently, me doing some of my research, was the fact that this show actually suffered with obviously the pandemic, which a lot of shows are, and the fact that it was the fact that these episodes were meant to be a little bit longer. It was meant to be a little bit more to them. Like, they were meant to go for 40 minutes. However, they had to cut them back, which you can see in some episodes. You're like, okay, that seemed to that ended abruptly, or I want to know more. So that explains that. But apparently, due to time constraints, they had to kind of rush Gamora's episode. However, one of the show's creators have said that the Gamora episode will be in season 2, so you will see why Iron Man's there, how she got the armor, all together like that. So I thought that was really good, and that makes a little bit more sense, because I thought that was the biggest... I was like, oh, what? There's more to this! Why are we not looking into this? Obviously, so that was probably one of my gripe about it. I was like, oh. And another one was, it was a really cool scene where Doctor Strange pulls in from all the zombie episode to fight Ultron, and there was Zombie Wanda. And I thought, okay, cool, this is going to be a fight between Zombie Wanda and Ultron. Spoiler alert, it went for less than a minute. I was like, oh, okay, that seemed to be a bit not effective. I'm like, okay, so her powers should have worked against Ultron with the Infinity Stones. But to kill her, too fair, to Ultron to kill Wanda, he had to blow up the planet. However, I was a bit disappointed. Alright, that would have been a cool fight to see. Did love the fact that when the Watcher... See, the thing is, Watcher's picked every single person up, basically, taken out of their timeline. And when he goes to pick up Thor sees him and starts just screaming, obviously a giant head is picking you up. Thought that was good. Also, what I did love was when Thor... I actually thought Thor did really well in this episode compared to his Party Thor episode. I thought he was a lot funnier. Because there's a scene where Party Thor goes to obviously use his hammer, the lightning, to fight Ultron. And instead of, have at thee or attack, he's like, Viva Las Vegas! And that's what he yells to get the lightning. And even Ultron's like, I haven't heard that one before. So I thought that was really cool. His scene when he's using the lightning's really good. You could almost frame that, put that in a book, put that in a frame. That was a really good drawn out scene. But yeah, overall, I did like the final. I didn't think there was much. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I do believe the Ultron episode did have a little bit more to it, obviously, because obviously, in this episode they had to wrap everything up. But overall, I think it was a solid episode. It did finish up the series. And the fact that, it was overall, the series, I feel like there's obviously, I do wish they had more time and they didn't weren't affected the pandemic. I would have loved to see what they could have done more to it. However, what product we got in the end was, I wouldn't say it was they just did a pass. It's still very solid. It does have its weak points. I won't say no to that, but it does have weak points across different episodes. I do believe that Captain Carter episode was still about my lowest. However, Doctor Strange one was still number one for me, and Doctor Strange in the final was fantastic. Still OP. Ultron had a little bit less speaking terms in this particular one. But yeah, look, honestly, I don't think there was a lot that I thought this didn't hit the mark. This was a good final. I feel it wrapped everything up as best it could for what it had. I did like the Captain Carter. They did a switch. Obviously, instead of finding Steve in the ice, the after credit scene in What If was in their season finale was the fact that they found the Hydra Stomper on the boat from Captain America 2 when they try and get the terrorists. That's the opening scene for the final. That's where they pick up. So I thought that was really sweet that they did that, and she still found Steve, because right at the end of the episode, the Watchers basically, when they win, Watchers basically saying, all but return to your own timeline, and Captain Carter does turn around and does say, "Oh, do we have to?" Which out of everyone you can kind of understand. But obviously the Watcher knows what she was getting into. That's why he told her to keep going. And then Black Widow didn't want to go back. So the Black Widow from the Ultron 1 storyline, he picked her up and dropped her right in the episode where the Avengers died. She's taken straight to there and helps, basically says this is a world that's lost the Black Widow. You can go in this one, which was really nice. The fact that, I almost feel like she got a better ending than the actual Black Widow. Yeah, big topic, but I feel like she almost got a better ending than what the real life Black Widow did. Well, actually, she got a payout, so yeah, maybe not. But however, overall, it was good. But in the overall hierarchy of all the shows that we got so far, straight number one, Loki is still the top TV series of the year for me. Number 2 is WandaVision. Number 3 is What If. And number 4 is Captain Falcon. Obviously, the next show that we're going to get is Hawkeye, which comes out on the 24th of November. So set your bow for that, I guess. Set your bow for it. Set your watch. I don't know. I'm really bad with that. That. Fortunately, the sucky thing is that is the next thing that's going to be released. Hopefully, what I will be able to review for you before that comes out is Shang-Chi, because we are meant to get that on Disney Plus. It's meant to be released on the 6th or the 7th of November, or it could be the 8th. That week. 6, 7, 8. It's one of those 3 days at Shang-Chi, so I hope to get that review for you guys out before that series starts. I really do hope we can get Venom. That would be fantastic. However, I feel like we might be at the end of its run when it comes out. But yeah, overall, loved it, but it's not my top 1, 2. It's number 3 for the year, but I'm ready for season 2. Sadly, what really did make the final kind of take a small punch to the gut was that it was the last time that we heard Chadwick Boseman play T'Challa. Still so sad. Wakanda forever. R.I.P. my king. Fortunately, that is his last episode. However, apparently one of the creators also did say that the Star-Lord episode was really well received when they were making it, and they were going to make a Star-Lord What If series with him. But obviously that couldn't come to pass, which is really sad because that would have been really good. However, sadly that is life, and we're just going to have to wait for Black Panther 2 and see what that's going to entail. One thing I thought was one really good thing that Watcher did say in this episode that did resonate with me, which even Kevin Smith tweeted about, because he tweeted saying he was crying, was the fact that Watcher actually says to the team, your stories, they are everything to me. That's what he says to the team. And when he said that, I thought, the Watcher's just a fan. He's just a Marvel fan. Like, that entire line, your stories, they're everything to me. And that is exactly correct. Like, these stories are everything to me. No pun intended. Because, it's so intently watching these characters grow ever since you're watching comics. But if you're just looking at MCU stand, if you started in 2008, you've seen all these characters goes on different adventures, grows, trials, tribulations, and I love the fact that majority of all the actors did come back for this episode, which was really good. But just, when you do see these characters, it just grows on you because you want to see what happens to them next. Or what new characters were coming out, like what's it going to entail. And yeah, pretty much the Watcher was a Marvel fan the whole time. Also, Oliver on that, as well as that apparently for Season 2, they're going to really draw in stuff from Phase 4 with Black Widow, as well as Shang-Chi. So we're going to see them in Season 2, which will be fantastic. But yeah, overall, third on my list. Final thought, suited, little drawbacks, kind of sad, but yeah, all positive on that end. Moving on, I was able to finally watch in the end. I was able to smash out Season 1, Season 2 of The Boys, Amazon's The Boys, which is fan-fucking-tastic. I am so sorry that I left so long on that show. It started, obviously premiered in 2019. I've just been sitting on it. I'm like, this is really good. It's dark. The CGI is on point. There's a lot of themes to it. And the overall storyline is fantastic. Like, as I said last week, like the first 5 seconds of this show, episode 1, he's like, I love you, my girlfriend. It's fantastic. And then, thoop, gone. She's shattered into a million pieces because A-Train goes right through her because he's high on drugs. And boom, that's how the series starts, and that's how everything else follows. Honestly, if you haven't gone seen this yet and you like the superhero genre, please go check out The Boys. Obviously, if you're over 18, I have to say that, parent, guidance, whatever, over 18, please go watch this show. It's brutal as fuckery. Like, what happens in this is just holy shit. But yeah, Season 1, Season 2 were both great. I did like Season 2 more. I think I like Season 2 more because, we got a whole past of, like, who everybody is, who the fuck everybody else is. But yeah, I love the dark terms. I do like the fact it's something different. Not saying that I'm getting bored of Marvel or DC's gloom and doom, but it was just nice seeing something, what happens if all superheroes were dicks? What if Superman was a dick? You could say he's a dick now because he's a Boy Scout. However, honestly, the show is really good. Carl Urban nails it as Butcher. The guy that plays Homelander does great. Homelander is weird as anything. He's a very weird character. Very weird. Yeah. Don't have any milk around him. That's what I recommend. Don't have any milk or your mother, basically. However, A lot of the acting was really good. And yeah, as I said, the CGI was on point. Like nothing, like compared to like Free Guy, I will admit, like all the fights and CGI, fight scenes or superhero scenes, nothing looked really like, oh, that doesn't look too good, or that looks a bit shit, or they didn't pay enough. Like everything looked really on point for a TV show, which is really good. Like I feel like if you're going to go into a show like this, you gotta spend the money, and that was probably one of my most. I'm really glad because obviously, you see it time and time again with CGI is not, the Mummy 2. Mummy 2, if you haven't seen it, oh, that's CGI not spent very well. But yeah, watching it, all the CGI was on point. Love the dark themes. But yeah, love the storyline as well. Do love who popped in, popped out. Really wasn't... Some of the scenes I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting Amanda's head getting crushed in while having intercourse. That's probably one. I was expecting that. Definitely go check that out. Full Cave In. But yeah, look, honestly, go check it out. It is nice. It's refreshing. It's so good. It's got 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. And do not delay or dismay. This is fantastic. And I'm so sorry, Mark, that I kept putting it off. And I am pumped and ready for season 3 that is meant to drop next year. There is no confirmed date. I do believe they have finished filming, so obviously they're just going into post-production. But yeah, season 3, we're getting a character called Soldier Boy. I'm not going to sing that. Which is getting played by Jason Ackles from Supernatural, which I think is a fine addition to the series. I feel like he's going to do really well in that. And I can't wait. He's going to be basically, as the character said, basically a man out of time. He's going to be like the Captain America trope kind of thing. One thing I did not know is the fact that he's going to be a Captain America type, because the fact they're changing that he's not apparently in the comics. He has yearly sex with Homelander to try and get into the Seven. They are not going to do that. But there is going to be an orgy festival episode, apparently. Which, of course, there's going to be. That's going to be fantastic. Superhero Orgy Fest. I don't think I ever thought I would say that in that sentence. But hey, we're going to get it in season 3, which is going to be pumped. Well, I'm really pumped to see where this is going to go, because the fact that, spoiler, end of season 2, the boys are currently not together. Like, the boys are kind of like disassembled. Like Avengers 2, kind of. Like, everyone's going their separate ways because of all the events that passed. So it's going to be interesting. Like, is Homelander's son going to pop in again? Which he has to, obviously. But, like the care, the acting, the storyline, it all flows together. I didn't have many gripes. I was like, oh, what? I didn't get that. There wasn't a whole lot I thought was bad on it. There was just, there was nothing too bad with it. All I could say, it's a show done really well, and they've done very well compared to the scene with the comic, which is obviously this is based on a comic which ran from October 2006 to November 2012. So a solid run for a comic book. But yeah, I think they've done very well with the source material, and Homelander is a dick. That was definitely, he's a dick, 100%. Which I have no doubt, but I have seen the fact there is rumors that in the next Mortal Kombat game, or this one, the rumor is that they're going to try and include Homelander in it, which I'm like, yes, Homelander in Mortal Kombat, sign me up. As well as, obviously, Shaggy is also rumored to be in there as well. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out. But, high recommendation. The Boys is good. Solid acting. Pristine CGI. A little bit fucked up. Actually, sorry. Definitely fucked up. That was out of doubt, but in a funny way. And if anyone who's seen it, who's listened to this, it is 100% you'll know what I'm talking about. But go check it out. High recommendation list. And pumped for season 3, which when that comes out, I'm going to review it, obviously, because that'll be really good. And yeah, I can't wait to see how Jason Ackles goes in with the cast and see how the boys reassemble. Moving on, in video game news, Far Cry 6 dropped this week. I haven't got it yet, TBA. However, unfortunately, the reviews I have been seeing it have been a little bit iffy. Funny enough, I've seen a lot of comments being like, yeah, this is... How can I put it? It's basically, I think the most comments I've seen is it's another addition to the franchise. However, it doesn't push the franchise forward. There's nothing in it that goes, wow! It's more like, yep, another Far Cry. Unfortunately, that's the in-between I've been seeing a lot of. But hey, each your own. Like, you know, there's some people out there that's like, sold, another Far Cry game. Here's my money. I don't give a shit if it's not revolutionary. I love it. New storyline. And funny enough, the lead character in that is also in The Boys. Also in Mandalorian. Also in Breaking Bad. Same dude. Forgot his name, but same dude in all 4 of those. But yeah, hopefully at one point I will get Far Cry and I will do a review on it. But that's, I'll definitely leave that to a TBA. But that's kind of reviews of that. This is a double one, video game and movie. Yeah, I know, right? The new trailer drop for the new Resident Evil movie, which looks fantastic. If you love Resident Evil, if you love the gaming franchise, this is for you. It's called Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City, and I've watched the trailer and nearly it is almost scene for scene recreated from the video game. Just from the trailer, and obviously not from, I haven't seen the movie yet, they have done fantastic in this, and I can't wait to see the movie. But they've taken you can see they've taken care, the love of the franchise, and the budget's there, which is always a positive thing. But yeah, can't wait for it. It's got nothing to do with the Milla Djokovic franchise, completely taken that away. But yeah, it looks like they've done really well in this. But I know, hopefully it continues the trend of breaking the video game curse of the movie bombing. And it's actually coming out this year, actually, a lot sooner than I thought it was. Usually the trailer comes out a lot earlier. Because I know we did get some behind the scenes photos and set photos. However, look, I've also shared that on my Facebook page, and that looks fantastic. Please go check that out if you like it. I've said before, horror is not my favorite genre, for obvious reasons. And I had a mate who goes to me, did you get the new Resident Evil 6? Because you can use it with your VR headset. I'm like, no, because I would like to live, not have a heart attack at this age, and I'll have heart palpitations for the rest of my life. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm going to use a VR headset to play Resident Evil. Nope, no way. And of course, what we got announced, which has been rumored, which we finally got the official announcement from Rockstar, is Rockstar's The Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition, including Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas. Now, it is not it's not a remastered version. They're not saying remaster. They're just saying it's the Definitive Edition. No release, no remaster, no upscale. We don't know what it's going to be looking like. They haven't dropped the trailer. They've just announced that it's coming later this year. It will have, across all 3 games, upgrades, enhancements to obviously be closer to the Grand Theft Auto 5, which I think 100%. I would love the fact if they copied the the gameplay controls from Grand Theft Auto 5 to all the 3 games. There's nothing really I can think of that would be detriment to that. So that would be fantastic. However, there's no release date, but they have announced it. Apparently, what also will be happening is the fact not only with this release, it will be going across all platforms. So I will be buying this for PlayStation 5 without a shadow of a doubt. Look at it. Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and 3 is... Oh, sorry. Grand Theft Auto 3 and spin-off, Vice City and San Andreas are some of my earliest memories playing the PlayStation 2. They're definitive games. Each of them has their own merit. You know, when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, it was fantastic. It was very weird having a lead character that didn't talk. However, you know, it was revolutionary. Everything you could do, you can get cars, you can get trains, you can so many guns. You had this giant open world. You know, you could go on missions. You had all this freedom. You know, all these side bits. That was great. And then you got Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Vice City is one of my all-time favorite games because of the fact that it's set, you know, in Miami, 80s. So the soundtrack's killer. The visuals are fantastic. Storyline is really good. Obviously, everything that happens. It's just overall, that was one of my favorite games. And that, I will have to say, out of all 3, that is the one that I am most looking forward to playing and returning. Because I will play these games. I will admit, probably Grand Theft Auto 3 will probably be my last one I tend to. But Vice City is going to be my first one because storyline, everything in that game is on point. It is shit that you... But the one shit thing about it is that, yes, you do fall in the water, you die. You can't swim. Which I really hope... Actually, they could fix that. Which I hope they do fix that. But yes, your character could not swim. Both in 3 and Vice City. If you fell in the water, you were gone. Don't know, water was acid. Just straight down. Couldn't swim. Doesn't matter. So I'm gonna love to see what they're gonna upgrade. I'd love to see what visually upgrade they're gonna do to, you know, upgrade. I really hope they're gonna upscale it. However, I don't look to me. The thing is, I remember in an interview they did ask Rockstar if they would ever remaster these 3 games, and they said they would only do a remaster if it was really warranted. And I feel like if they're doing it like this, I feel like they're gonna really build it. They really obviously don't contain this with the fact with Grand Theft Auto 5 in the PlayStation 5 version, but I feel like they're really going to obviously tender, love and care, because these are landmark games. These are pinnacle games in the PlayStations, like San Andreas. Everything you could do in that, jets, planes, massive map, everything you could do. Follow the damn storyline was fantastic. Follow the damn train, CJ. Earliest memories, or you could get really fit, or you could get really fat, and it all affected. That was funny. Or you get the train and then go off the rails and just watch all the way through. So I'm absolutely pumped for this. Actually, later this year, for me alone, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is coming out. Evil Genius 2 is coming out. This is coming out. I'm going to be busy for November and December, ladies and gentlemen. But also the fact that also announced that this isn't only going to be just releasing an end of story. This is actually this is also going to flood over into Grand Theft Auto Online. There's going to be new missions, new storylines, new stuff that's coming onto online to go concur with the release of this. So it's gonna be really cool to see what online's going to be like with this. You know, what these new missions. They have announced the fact that more news will come out as it goes. However, me saying this in October, it's either going to be November or December it's going to be released. Like, you've got 60 days. However, if you're listening to this and you haven't played any of these 3 games, 100%, go play them when they come out. Please spend the money, go play them, especially Vice City. If you like the 80s, this game is fantastic. The attire, the cars you drive, and then San Andreas is fantastic. It's got Samuel L. Jackson, and anything with Samuel L. Jackson is a lot of fun. But this one, there was so many things you could do in this one. The bikes, Grove Street, you go also do the territory wars. I'm just getting so excited just thinking about this when it got announced. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing this when it comes out. But I will admit, I will tell you, the Gran Turismo 3 will probably be my last one that I do review. Don't get me wrong, I did like it, but I didn't fall in love with it as much as the other 2. And the funny thing is, when these coming out, and I've seen a lot of comments. People are like, "Oh, you can get them now. Why would I buy it again? It's just a money grab." But I'm like, if they spend a lot of TLC time into this, and if this looks gorgeous, and the fact that they're going to upgrade it with the Gran Turismo 5 gameplay, you're an effing idiot if you don't get it. Why? I don't know why you want to get it. If you love these games and they're putting the TLC in, spend the money. And hopefully with this, which I pray nearly every day, if they're doing this, I really do hope the fact that they also bring out, and they do the same thing with Bully, and they announce Bully 2. Please bring out Bully 2, Rockstar. Come on, you've done everything else. You've done Max Payne. You've done Grand Theft Auto. You've done Red Dead Redemption. Just bring that out. Bully was a fantastic game, and I feel like you can get it on the PlayStation store and the Xbox store. It was a game. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, as the title mentions, you play a bully, and the storyline's really good. Each console I've actually at some point purchased or re-downloaded and completed again and again. But I feel like it's, there's been a lot of rumors really going to make Bully 2. There's been some some leaked art, but I really hope Rockstar come back to it. They did Max Payne 3, they did Grand Theft Auto 5, they've done Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm like, come on, the next one has to be Bully. You don't need to go back to any of them. This is what you need to do. And obviously, there's also the question to make of Midnight Club. That's another one which people have been clamoring for ages, which I do hope they go back to. But yeah, if they do this with Grand Theft Auto, then you can do that with Bully. If you do a Bully remaster or same kind of thing they're doing here, Definitive Edition, and combine it with Bully 2, print money. It's just gonna print money. But yeah, so I'm really excited for that. And so I'll keep that all up to date, guys. Please always check out my Instagram and Facebook page. If you have a question at the end of this episode, for obviously if it's Spotify, you can reply, or you can send us a message if you have any questions or anything like that. But I would like to say thank you very much for tuning with this episode, as well as I do apologize if you do hear any background noise. I am working to try and fix that up, but I appreciate you listening this far, hearing that, as I'm always trying to improve, and I appreciate greatly you bearing with me. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for listening today, and until next time.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.